they're whatever. But one of my all-time like favorite, in retrospect, bombs. It was like the first time I ever headlined a show out here in California.
Yeah.
I was headlining a steakhouse out over by like West Covina.
A steakhouse.
A steakhouse.
This is all new to me. What my steakhouse doesn't have. Hold on. What fucking steakhouse do you guys go to? Because my steakhouse doesn't have none of that shit.
Well, it went out of business.
And
so
I don't go to
that's
Chili's
probably
all the
why.
time. I promise.
It was called the Golden Spur. Rest in peace. It no longer exists.
Right.
And this is pre-COVID, so it was not have. Obviously, it doesn't have good business practices already if they're having comedy night. I was headlining it. I was supposed to do 30 minutes, and I did so bad that the host lit me early. I was bombing from like 5 minutes in. The crowd was just not digging me. The host gave me the light early by like a full 10 minutes. So I did 20 minutes, and then I got off stage. He had to do 10 more minutes after me to make sure that the crowd didn't leave with a bad taste in their mouth. And then I was single at the time. I was commiserating to the bartender afterwards, who was a very attractive young woman. And she was like, "Oh, this, stuff like that happens. It's okay." And I was trying. I mean, I thought we were hitting it off. I thought we were flirting. And then she says that she has a boyfriend. So then I'm just like, "Oh no!"
When the waitress is trying to make you feel better, that's a new low.
It's a new low.
Like,
Because I was at least like, maybe I'll get like a pity smooch or something.
yes,
but,
yes.
mm-mm.
No, I was like, I got a boyfriend. Excuse me. Damn.
And then I had to just drive back to the whatever hovel I was living in, just sad on 3 different levels.
Another day, another episode. Thank you so much for joining in the Trendy Husky Podcast. Well, production team, we got beautiful Ollie. Thank you so much, girl. What up, what up?
Hey, hey.
All right. And right over here, you got your host, Yasi. What's up, what's up? And we got a new guest. We got a comedian in the house. Woo woo. Mr. J Light. What up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Yassi? Thanks for having me.
Of course, my pleasure. How are you?
I'm good.
How's the move?
The move's been going pretty well.
All
Got a
right.
little bit of painting left to do, but otherwise solid.
Got out of Hollywood, right?
Yeah, moved out of Hollywood, moved to Highland Park, got a yard, got a garage, got popcorn ceilings that I just tore down from God knows how long. It's been a little trip. It's been hectic, but calming down.
Is anyone helping, or is it mostly you?
Mostly me. So I live.
Girlfriend is gonna be mad at this right now. It's like, what about my work? Like,
No, this is the thing. The girlfriend is much handier and better at like building and moving stuff around than I am.
Right.
So I am her lackey. So she'll probably be happy that I'm promoting her by just saying I didn't do anything cool. I just listened to what she said and followed along with it.
There you go. She's the boss.
She is the boss.
There you go. She like goes over here, goes over there. That's what we do. We just pick up things. We just use us for
Exactly.
our muscles.
Look, I like it when a woman yells at me, and I'm. It tickled all my buttons whenever she told me that I took down the popcorn ceilings wrong. I need to repaint.
Oh, that's gotta suck when you gotta repaint anything.
Man,
It's hard doing it once, and then you gotta redo it again. It's like,
I heard she wanted to do 2 coats of paint on everything, and I was like, "Can we just put one and call it a day?" But
no, that's not how they work.
Exactly.
No,
You
no,
live, you
no.
learn.
We would be okay with it just looking like whatever. Just give us a couch, give us a TV.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? You got NFL football every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Just the little simple stuff, but no.
If I'm pulling the red zone stream, I'll click through all of the ads. I'll delete all the malware. I'll leave some of the malware running on my computer. I don't care.
Oh, I know, man. It's got to be perfect for them. Like, perfect. So, are you happy that you don't have to deal with... Well, probably you still have to deal with that Hollywood traffic a little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, when you go to the comedy store and stuff.
Well,
but-
I'm going to the store late enough at night now that I don't have to worry about it too much. And I'm glad that, like, even on the way down here to Huntington Beach, I've come down here a bunch, and it took me less time than it still ever has by like a good hour coming down at this time of day.
Damn.
So that's good. I'm pretty
An
happy with it.
hour is not that bad considering, but it's still an hour. Damn, yeah, no. I was telling you this before the show. I was never a big fan of Hollywood unless if I'm going to like a comedy store. And if I'm going to the comedy, store or like anything that comedy like around there, sure, I'll go at night. Like you said, traffic is much lighter. But anything else, they're like, you get the best restaurants around and this and that. I'm okay. My Orange County is good enough for me. I'm all right.
You're not missing out on a whole lot. The only thing I do miss about the old neighborhood is the food. But you got the great food up in Highland Park too. So the only downside is it's not open as late. But that's about it.
Yeah, there is a great crepe place right down on Hollywood Boulevard. If you ever,
what's the crepe place?
Have you ever had crepes?
I'll find out.
I have had crepes.
Okay,
I am familiar with the concept.
So, all right. So it's a very if you blink, you'll miss it. But it's right down on Hollywood Boulevard, like a couple blocks from the Jimmy Kimmel and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So from so it's so good. They have like the ones with like the turkey and lettuce, and they have the ones with the ice cream inside. And like I said, it's such a tiny store. If you blink, you'll miss it, and the prices are good.
It's good.
That's what I like about it. Not everything I guess in Hollywood is. What is it? Did you find it?
It's called Crepes, and it's like 2 blocks. I'd say west of Highland on Hollywood Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
I have to check that out next time I'm back over
because
Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah,
because
Hollywood
you
and Highland is
do
right there.
a cooking vlog, from time to time.
A little bit.
I got that. I watched a couple of them.
I have never. That's the. I'm so bad at pancakes. I can only imagine how bad I would be at making crepes because they require such a level more of technique.
You're good at oatmeal.
Oatmeal's so easy though.
But no, you had a good oatmeal recipe. I hate oatmeal, but then I saw you making it, and I was like, okay, how fancy could you make an oatmeal? But you actually did a pretty good job.
Thanks.
Actually added stuff with like blueberries and whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, you gotta have a little something in the oatmeal. Oatmeal is so bland.
It's boring.
You gotta put some stuff in there to jazz it up a little bit.
I was doing this diet, and I guess I had to eat oatmeal. So I'll have like honey with oatmeal, not oatmeal with honey. I just put so much freaking honey and like cinnamon on top and like mix it up, and I'll be like, yeah, it looks orange enough.
That's fine. It's not. It doesn't look like oatmeal anymore.
No,
it's
so in there. you grab 3-4 spoons of honey and cinnamon, then you get to the oatmeal. I hate oatmeal alone.
Winnie the Pooh would be proud.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Dude, you just came out with your little comedy special.
Yeah. First one.
Let's talk about it.
How
excited are you?
It's very good. I'm glad it's finally out. It's been out for a couple months now. It's called Good Guy with a Gun.
Mm-hmm.
I am really happy with the response to it. We hit #1 on iTunes the first week that we were out, and it's been getting a lot of good response from comics and fans. So I'm happy that people.
How long has it been out for?
So it came out August 14th.
Okay, I watched it today. Well, I listened to it today. And I was looking for actually a video version, but you don't have a video version.
Right, it's just an album. I wanted to do only audio for the first release.
Did that work better for you than?
Yeah, I think so. Well, because one of the things that I really like about the album is that it's not just stand-up. There's more avenues of comedy that I do that are showcased on the album. You got a roast battle on there, and there's sketches, and I think if I was doing it as a special for my first one, it wouldn't quite, it would feel different than if I was able to do what I did with the album, which is, I worked with the great DJ Coach T, who's a wonderful producer, and his vision we combined together to figure out, like, this is the best way to make the album sound like this.
Yep.
A special will come by later on. Like, I'm not really worried about that. I wanted to make sure that the first product that I ever put out was really, really something. And I felt the album was the best way to go.
I feel. Hey, I listened to it. There was a lot of good stuff in there.
Thank you.
I loved it very much. So if you get a chance, go take a listen. We will have the description down below. Go check it out. Have you ever bombed on stage? I know you.
Have I ever bombed?
I know all the comedians get
Yossi.
asked this question, but I want to hear the best one, like a nice juicy one. And by the way, you could say whatever you want in this stage. I mean this podcast.
I've had some pretty bad bombs.
Really?
I do.
Bad
oh
one?
yeah. Well, I will say one of the most memorable bombs I've ever had. Because I've been performing comedy. It'll be actually, I think it's my 10-year anniversary in 2 days.
Yeah, there you go.
On the 10th.
10 years.
Yeah. So I've done, I've performed at a lot of different kinds of places. I've performed a lot. Around here, I perform a lot at, like, rehabs, which is a good place to bomb.
Rehabs?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Rehabs and sober living homes and stuff. So sometimes, here's the thing. Sometimes they're a really good crowd, but sometimes, like, you caught them on a day when the meds weren't hitting them right and they're detoxing bad. And they just don't give a shit, or they're like richer than you are, and they're trying to hold over the head that like this is the one way that can be still superior to you. So they're whatever. But one of my all-time like favorite, in retrospect, bombs. It was like the first time I ever headlined a show out here in California.
Yep.
I was headlining a steakhouse out over by like West Covina.
A steakhouse.
A steakhouse.
This is all new to me. What my steakhouse doesn't have. Hold on. What fucking steakhouse do you guys go to? Because my steakhouse doesn't have none of that shit.
Well, it went out of business.
And
so
I don't go to
that's
Chili's
probably
all the
why.
time. I promise.
It was called the Golden Spur. Rest in peace. It no longer exists.
Right.
And this is pre-COVID, so it was not have. Obviously, it doesn't have good business practices already. If they're having comedy night, I was headlining it. I was supposed to do 30 minutes, and I did so bad that the host lit me early. I was bombing from like 5 minutes in. The crowd was just not digging me. The host gave me the light early by like a full 10 minutes. So I did 20 minutes, and then I got off stage. He had to do 10 more minutes after me to make sure that the crowd didn't leave with a bad taste in their mouth. And then I was single at the time. I was commiserating to the bartender afterwards, who was a very attractive young woman. And she was like, "Oh, this, it's stuff like that happens. It's okay." And I was trying. I mean, I thought we were hitting it off. I thought we were flirting. And then she says that she has a boyfriend. So then I'm just like, "Oh no!"
When the waitress is trying to make you feel better,
Yeah.
that's a new low.
It's a new low.
Like,
Because I was at least like maybe I'll get like a pity smooch or something.
yes,
but,
yes. No, I was like, I
Nope.
got a boyfriend. Excuse me. Damn.
And then I had to just drive back to the whatever hovel I was living in, just sad on 3 different levels.
Oh man, that's a rough one.
It was
At
bad.
a steakhouse.
Yeah,
Damn.
and I was so excited because it was the first time I was ever going to headline in California, and I was like, "This is going to be great."
Did you get a
And then-
steak at least to take home, or no?
No,
No, nothing.
I think that was part of added insult to injury too. Is I ordered. I was waiting to go on stage till after I had, or to eat after I got on
Right,
stage.
of
And by the
course.
time I got off, the kitchen had closed. So they were like, "We only have appetizers left." And I was like, "I can't even get.
I can't even eat my
I can't even
feelings
get a steak.
out.
I have to eat garlic bread."
I can't even eat my feelings out. Damn, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. So, any hecklers ever that you just enjoyed, picking on them? Because you always get the drunk ones. Those are always the fun ones. Like the ones that just get a couple of beers and you start just talking to like the comedians as if they're part of the skit. But dude, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You paid your $20. Enjoy your couple of beers, your appetizers, but shut the fuck up and let
Yeah.
me do my job. I hate it when those. Have you ever went off on someone?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, because there's different kinds of hecklers, right? And,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of the people who are sort of like what you were saying, where they're like, I want to help out the show because they think that they're helping.
Oh no!
But that's the thing is, if you go in on those, if they go into those hecklers long enough, then they realize that they're not helping the show, and they're embarrassed, and they should eventually shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't happen, and you have to very harshly let them know, hey, you have to shut the fuck up now.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there's going to be like I actually a couple weeks ago there was I was doing a show at the Comedy Store because they're doing these little window spots, and I did the way it's set up is you're performing in front of a window in facing the patio of the club.
Okay.
So the people who are sitting out there can see you, but you can't talk to all of them the way you would at a regular
Right.
show, right?
It's different.
It's very different. But there's still people who are, if they're sitting right next to the window, they can talk to you. And there was a guy who showed up it was him and a buddy of his.
There you go.
One of them was already very drunk, and the other one, I think, was starting to get embarrassed because the drunk one, had been heckling comics the whole show. Like, the show had barely started, maybe 5 comics had gone up, and he was heckling every single one of them.
Yeah.
And everybody's going in on this guy. And so I knew immediately the first thing I had to do, like, I said something. The guy sitting there said, I don't even remember what he said. It was just some dumb street jokey kind of line. Like, I was like, how you doing, sir? And he's like, I'm straight now. I'll be gay in an hour. And I was like, all right. And then I just went in on him and his friend. I was like, which one of you's the top? I bet you're the bottom because your friend only likes you with a dick in his mouth or something like that.
There you go. You gotta go hard.
And I gotta go hard.
But
here's the thing: the guy he shut up eventually, but then he still kept talking. Like, he tried to chime back in later on after I had gotten in on him, and I'd just be like, dude, I'm not gonna pay attention to you anymore because I don't have fucking time or energy for it.
Does security help in these situations if you call them?
Sometimes,
not always.
At comedy clubs, they're more likely to,
Okay.
because they actually have a security staff for that purpose.
Yeah.
I think right now they're still figuring out what to do with hecklers in a situation
In a COVID situation,
because you can't really put hands on somebody
It
the
might
way
get
you
COVID.
used to.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to see I've seen plenty of crazy fights and hecklers getting thrown out while I was working at the Comedy Store, and none of those stories could happen now because they all involve picking somebody up and carrying them out of the room.
Yeah,
You can't do that anymore.
It's always fun to see, like, your 250-pound security guy just dragging that guy who's trying to play macho man next to his date or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it's always fun. And he's like, "Yo, kick your ass." He's getting dragged like a little bunny out. Get the fuck out of here. It's
you don't have time for that shit.
No
time.
But I do feel bad for you, for one thing, because you're a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Listen,
man,
I feel bad
Jay,
for me too.
when I saw that, I was like, oh, I took a minute and I was like, oh man, what is going on with your Cowboys, man?
It's so,
because on paper, best team. It should be one of the best teams in the league.
One of the best teams in the league.
On paper.
Right.
Only on paper. But then when you watch them, you're just like, oh man.
I blame
it's
Jerry
rough.
Jones. I think Jerry Jones
why?
got cursed years ago by like a witch or a scorned lover. And there's something just about the fact that he's still in charge of the team and he won't relinquish anything. Like, you saw how long it took for him to get rid of Jason Garrett.
Oh no, I know.
I know. Yeah. It's so fucked. He's a tyrant.
That's a Texan thing. He looked kind of like treated him like a son. They both speak with that Texas accent. You know what I mean? They liked each other. I think that, you know what I mean? So
you can still get rid of somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if Jerry Jones, look, he made all his money in the 90s, right? So he should take the time to recognize, I'm not making as much money off this team as I could have.
Yep.
Look at it from an economic standpoint, dude.
Not playing at Jerry World. Check.
Nah.
No,
absolutely not. I have been to Jerry World, though.
Have you?
It is very nice.
As a fan,
yes,
it is very nice.
It's very nice. Yeah. It's the only place where I would go, and not just because I can't afford regular seats there, but I would totally be happy to go and walk around on whatever the other walk-around tickets level is.
It's a museum for football. It's not. He spent a lot of money on that stadium for sure.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. Do you, because that whole division is a joke, do you see them coming out that division? Because the Eagles, I mean, Jesus.
We've become, remember how the NFC South used to always be the worst? We're the new NFC South.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think that it's going to be a couple of years before anybody in that division is looked at with respect ever again. But the Cowboys are just going to find a way to claw their way to the top of that division, which is still the bottom of everywhere else.
Yeah. They should be the best right now, that division, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, they're like, you think you did bad this week? Oh, watch me play. Watch me play.
Well, especially because it's so far this season, it's either been a crazy come from behind story where even last week when they came from behind, they still managed to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they do the other thing where they're like coming out promising in the first quarter,
Always.
and then failing completely.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Last week they showed us something different because, like you said, they always come out competitive in that first quarter, first half. Last week they just gave two touchdowns right away to the Browns. Yeah, it didn't look pretty from the beginning, and then they got close, and then they lost it again.
Yeah,
and then it was like, all right, they're right there, they're within reach. They give you guys a little hope and they take it right off.
It's such a shame because there really is such a strong team.
Absolutely.
Got great offensive players, great defensive players.
Defense is good. I'd say, around average plus. You know what I mean? I'd say that C plus, B minus.
I think
the offense is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it should be ridiculous.
You got Dak, you got Zeke, you got Amari Cooper, you've got Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb.
The O-line is good.
Yeah, the O-line's still good.
It's not bad. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that team. Like, they just can't make the right plays at the right time. And
also Jerry Jones needs to die. I think that once he's gone,
I don't think
the curse will be lifted and we'll finally make it out of the first round of the playoffs.
What if the curse follows with the kids? Because I don't think the kids will sell.
He's like Babe Ruth. Remember how it's the curse of the Bambino?
Yeah. Well, the Cubs had a curse too. Remember? We're all from Chicago, so we had the Cubs.
108 years curse.
So good luck with that.
I think that's what we have now for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, we had to wait 108 damn freaking years before we won one.
Wait.
But the Cubs had so many curses going for them. So it wasn't one. It was so many going for them. But hey, we won it. I'm okay. I get to die and I get to say the Cubbies did it. So it's all right. It's not all bad. Your parents, conservative from Texas.
Yep.
Your dad is a doctor.
Right.
Your mom is a nurse. I'd love to be just like a little fly in that conversation. You just woke up one day and you're like, yeah, I'm going to be a comedian.
Yeah. Well, the thing that my mom always forgets this, and I had to remind her a couple years ago, is that she was the one who turned me. I thought about being a doctor for growing up. Oh, yeah. But then I really wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
That was the avenue I was going to take. And I told my mom this, and she was like, "You're gonna have to take care of like sick kids. That's not fun. You're gonna have to deal with sick kids,
from it,
screaming parents." And she turned me off from it. And I was like, "Well, that's all I'd want to do. So I'm out. I'm gonna figure something else out to do." And I didn't know what it was for a while. And then I started doing stand up when I was in my first year of college. I got interested back when I was in high school, and then from there it was just just felt the calling.
Damn.
Yeah.
And how did they take it? Were they okay?
Not well. No, they hated it.
I heard you got cut off. That's not good.
Well, they didn't like it for a while, and I think more so they didn't understand it than didn't like it. And there were definitely we came to blows on some creative issues. They didn't like some of the material that I was doing, and eventually I had to just get to a point where I was comfortable saying, "Hey, listen, my comedy is not for you," and the fact that I'm doing it, just keep in mind, I'm not doing this in spite of you, but I'm also not doing it for you. You're be a neutral party in this situation and don't take it so personally, please, because I love you still. And the other thing was, once I started making money doing it, and then they're like, "Oh, he's fine. I understand. We get business. We understand how money and the economy works."
Once you make money, they're okay with it for some reason. That's every parent's out there.
Right.
Every YouTuber out there that wasn't making money and they were like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm going to be a YouTuber." And by the way, it's hard to break it in YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
What is it, 1% now? I think something I don't know. It's a ridiculous very low number. But once they start making them checks coming in the mail or in the account, ooh, you're a rock star at home now.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I can understand what you went through, but are they okay with it now? Do they ever come to your comedy shows?
They do come to my shows.
Okay. And they're okay with the jokes now?
Not always. My dad's more laid back than my mom about it. My mom is definitely still a little bit sensitive, I guess is probably the right word.
Wait, that's your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom is definitely, out of the two of them, she's the one who seems to have her hackles up a little bit more.
Got it.
My dad's very, very easygoing. He doesn't really care one way or the other.
Got it. That's dad's, yeah.
Yeah. He just wants it to be funny, and sometimes he'll tell me if he doesn't think a joke is funny.
He'll be your harshest critic, for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But they're at least understanding of it now, even if, again, they don't always agree with what I talk about or the things that I say as a comedian, like the public persona. That's, again, but as long as I remind him, hey, this isn't for you. Yeah. I'm not doing this for you. Yeah. Then we come to an agreement.
Let me ask you this in a different. Is it hard being a comedian in today's today's comedy, in the sense where we all became all sensitive, man? You know what I mean? You can't make fun of these guys. You can't make fun of these guys. Right. You can't make fun of that. Is it getting hard? I feel like that window, it was so big, but then it just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and that happened overnight, in a sense. Like just in the last, I'd say, 20 years. Because back in the 80s, 90s, you know, when you've watched the old stand-ups, and I know stand-up just blew up in the last, I'd say.
Yeah, we're in a big golden age right now.
Yeah. But I feel like that smaller was so big, you could make fun about anyone. But now you can't make fun about anyone. Like,
I don't know about that so much. I think that it depends on the craft behind the jokes. Okay. I think that's the most important thing. Okay. If you're writing lazy jokes that are, as they say, punching down, then of course you're going to get blasted for it, because you're not saying the thing in the smart way and making a joke that people can laugh at. I think you can make jokes about anything. You can make anything funny, but it requires skill to make certain things funny. Okay. And that's the real trick, is sometimes if you are making a joke about a touchy subject, right, it requires the comedian to put in a lot of work and effort into crafting that joke and to make it funny no matter what. Comics like Bill Burr, for instance, right?
Dude, that's my I was going to bring him up eventually.
He's so funny. He's
him.
Amazing.
I love him.
And he makes these jokes he makes really dark jokes. He's got a dark sense of humor. Yeah. But he also has a really good grasp of the craft.
But he also doesn't give a fuck. And we can't even call him racist because he's married to a black woman. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things we can't say about Bill Burr. And plus, he doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like,
but
literally,
it takes a lot of work to not give a fuck. It takes a lot of work and confidence. Yeah, that too.
It takes money. Listen, if I put $1 million in your account right now, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like wake up not giving a fuck.
Oh yeah,
be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go with it. If they like it, great. If you don't like it, I still got $1 million in my account. So
if it doesn't even take $1 million, it takes 10,000. Then I won't give a fuck. Pay off on my credit card debt, and then I'll be okay. And then I don't. Then I'm in not giving a fuck.
Easy to please, man.
Yeah.
No, man, Bill Burr, I'm a huge fan. I listen to his podcast. I listen to. Did you hear his Philadelphia rant?
Oh yeah,
dude.
That's all-time classic.
All-time classic.
One of the best pieces of comedy.
Literally. Yeah. He just went off on him. He did not give a fuck. He was like, "I hope you get diabetes. I hope your mother gets this." He just went off on the whole time, and I heard that thing so many times. But yeah, he is like one of the best ones to ever do it too. Did you watch ever that F4 Family too? That he has on.
I watched the first season. I haven't watched it since, and not because I don't like the show. Right. It just got lost in the shuffle, man.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah. It's a good show too, and kind of like you can relate to it. Yeah, because anyone from kind of like our generation, like 80s, 70s. That's what we all went through. That always pissed off dad, you know what I mean? Just like not happy about anything. So that's why I love the show. It's definitely one of the best ones. You worked with some great celebrities. Gordon Ramsay, one of them. Mm-hmm. Is it fun working with a celebrity?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Well, it kind of depends on who. I have been lucky and fortunate enough to have good experiences with the famous folks I've worked with. Yeah. Gordon is is one of my all-time favorite people to be around.
Okay.
He's so fun. And
He's not that mean. People keep thinking that he's just because he's mean on camera and stuff.
Right.
But he's actually, my friends know him very well. He's not that mean. He's a very nice guy,
He's
actually.
a very nice guy, and he's definitely in roast mode. That's his natural mode, I think, because he's been doing that for so long.
He's a Jeff Ross in a sense.
But
You know what I mean?
he's a real... He really understands, I think, at the end of the day, Gordon has heart, and Gordon cares about... Like Kitchen Nightmares, for instance, right? Why Kitchen Nightmares works is because Gordon knows what he's talking about as far as like, this is shit, that's shit. He knows why your things are wrong, but he also wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
So he'll shit on you all day. He'll roast you to bits. He will roast you until you're charred and inedible. Yeah. But then he will try and build you back up into being something great because he sees the greatness in you.
No, yeah, for sure. I loved all the shows he was in.
Oh yeah,
Kitchen Nightmares. I don't know. I'm not very good with names, but
He did the hotel one.
The hotel one was fun.
Hotel Hell yeah.
And Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Oh yeah, all of them were fun.
I'm excited. We start back up on MasterChef again in a couple weeks, so I'm excited to go back and
there you go.
See Gordon again.
Nice. So
even if I'll have to wait to see Gordon in like a hazmat suit.
Wait, how is it gonna work though with this COVID stuff?
I have no
it's
idea,
gonna be
dude.
Fucking
I
weird,
have no
man.
clue.
Oh,
All I
man.
know is I'm gonna be eating way less food on set. That's gonna be the saddest part about going back to that job. I loved working at MasterChef because the food is so great.
Always.
You get to sample a lot. We have a killer culinary team, a lot of great folks.
And everyone is cooking. Like
everyone's cooking all the time, and I
how-
get to go in
yeah.
and taste the stuff after they've made. It's so great.
Yeah.
But not anymore, I guess.
Have you ever seen someone in those shows and be like, he's gonna rip you into like he's gonna rip? Oh yeah, you can tell from just
you can tell from watching as they make it. Whether or not it's going to be good or not. Like, usually if they are freaking out on camera, then it's not going to work. The whole dish is going to fall apart.
Oh, man.
But also, if they're so confident, if they're too confident, then it's also garbage.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Because confidence could take. Yeah.
It becomes cockiness. It's
too
much.
And in cooking, it might not work for you. Yeah. Okay, so how long do you guys work, and like, are you on set for like a couple of months till the show is over, or?
Well, we did. The most recent runs were usually on for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
We were supposed to wrap up. We still have a little bit left to shoot. Obviously, we wrapped. Okay. We were one of the last shows to get shut down when COVID shut everything down.
So how many guys are left now?
Can't say.
Got it.
Because we still have the rest of it to shoot. I will say it's a lot.
Got it.
But it's not an amount that we don't know what to do with. We just have to change the way.
Have they even like aired the first ones yet?
No.
Okay, so this season is not aired yet.
This has not aired yet.
Got it.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna finish up shooting it in a couple weeks. And I believe the first thing they're gonna air is the MasterChef Junior that we shot last.
Okay.
But I don't know when all that's going to happen because Fox is also on this big Masked Singer kick. And then now they have that other show with Ken Jeong where it's like the opposite of the Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, just The Voice. Aren't they just doing The Voice with one guy? I don't know. But
yeah, I feel what you're saying. But yeah, it's getting fucking weird anyways everywhere.
Yeah.
With all the fucking shows, with everything. It's like, I don't know what to do. But right now, that's why I'm happy about streaming, because now I get to wait and just check maybe back in within a year and see if because I'm not the kind of guy who likes to watch one after just like wait 2 weeks and watch another one, wait another week. No, I like to see my whole fucking season. I do not like to
all at once.
binge it all.
Okay.
I'm not the kind of guy who likes to be teased about anything. Like, fuck that. I'm not going to wait till next week to see who's off. I want to know today. Like, right now. Yeah,
You want to see dreams crushed.
Yeah, right away. I enjoy that in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, you're so, like you said, mostly the cocky ones. They come to the show and they're like super fucking cocky. They're like, yeah, we're going to win.
Right.
No one is a good competition. I'm like, fuck you, I want to see you off first. Like, that's the first guy I want to see because they just irk me. And it's the way they talk irks the shit out of me.
You got to get the villains out. You got to have like one person you love to hate still make it on to the very end. But you got to get the real true like cocky pieces of shit.
Yeah. Out of there. Are you working on anything else besides well, hold on, before we go there, Okay, so Gordon Ramsay is someone you enjoyed working with. Who are some of the celebrities that you will never fucking work
Oh
for?
boy. Oh.
Get that list going.
Oh
Let's go.
boy.
You're like, fuck this. I am over this crap.
I mean, I never worked with anybody who is like mean to me, so that's good.
You're right.
Not
personally.
Not
just
personally.
got it.
No. I feel like there's a lot. It's going to be interesting. What I'm excited about as far as like working with people, I think that there's a lot of comics who are at my level where they're sort of like we were getting some stuff right, or maybe they're like just about to pop off. Who, because all of this went down, are no longer going to be doing comedy anymore,
Right.
and I'm very excited for some of those people for the herd to be thinned a little bit.
Okay.
I will be very happy to have some of these people who are like clearly an actor who their agent said, "Hey, you're cute. You got a nice face. You should do some comedy, and maybe it'll help you get cast in things." Then they're gone. Cool by me. And then also you got all the people who are either moving away or getting Me Too'd, who are no longer going to be on these lineups at the Comedy Store.
This fucking Me Too.
It's gonna be. Hey, listen. If only I'd known some of these young ass girls with Lisa Frank backpacks coming to the Comedy Store. Oh, maybe we should have taken a double check at their ID at the door.
Dude, so many people got Me Too this year. Not in a good way. I mean, you know what they say.
Me Tooing in a good way.
Well, you know how they
What
say.
do you mean?
Well, let's be honest. Some of those creeps deserve it, but
Yes.
not all of. I don't know. It's a touchy subject.
You know how they say any publicity is good publicity? Well, not for this fucking year.
No.
Not this year. Not this. It's like, no. Hell no. What is the problem? Do you buy into all the fucking stories that come out, or how would you would you define some? You know, okay, I believe this motherfucker would do it, or be like, no, I don't see it. So it's hard.
I think the real thing you got to look for is multiple stories or people corroborating stories. Like if there's a lot of people who are saying. Exposing like a similar pattern of behavior, right? Then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That it's like, okay, yeah, we should believe this. If there's somebody who's like investigating claims and they find that people are saying, yes, I remember when this was happening, that this claim came out, and I remember having to cover up for somebody's age or something, right? I believe that. I think that, especially given that we, as a society now, everything sort of lives and dies in the court of public opinion, you really have to do your due diligence, I think, both as somebody who, like, watches the scene.
Yeah.
But also somebody who is trying to be like conscious and believe women, like I try and do.
Yep.
You really have to do your research and be like, are these people doing the due diligence? Is somebody going for a grab? I think in a lot of cases, people are not going for a grab, but you never know. There are always the cases of false allegations.
Right.
So far this year, it seems like we're probably
There's a
pretty high batting average of stuff that's credible versus stuff that's not credible.
Oh, so you're saying a lot of them is actually credible?
I would say so. Of stuff that's come out this year, within
It's kind of hard to
within
believe
the
they all
comedy
came out
community.
at the same time, though. Not that I would want to say that it was wrong. Great that they came out, and if I hope justice is served, but.
Hey, I hope justice is served in all accounts.
Yes.
If somebody does make a false allegation, then they should be
I hope so.
just as
Yeah.
liable as
Yeah.
the person who is alleged and actually engaged in that behavior.
I don't know but dude, like one of the Chris D'Elia, like there were a lot of guys that
Brian Callen.
Yep.
Brian Callen, a lot of dudes. I'm not surprised at the Weinstein or Epstein or anything with the Steen in the end. I was like, yeah, that's a long way coming. Like you got a fucking island, you know what I mean? Like shit is gonna get weird.
Oh yeah,
But you know what I mean? Like you got that much money, everybody talks about your parties.
Epstein's jets must have been piloted by Miss Frizzle, given how many kids were on those going to that island. My God, Magic School Bus episode at Epstein Island.
Yep.
Worth a watch, but also There's a reason why that episode got banned from TV.
Anyone would have loved to get a call from Weinstein. Now it's like everybody like, ew, no way. Like just 2-3. When did the whole Weinstein thing happen? 2-3 years ago, something like that.
Oh God, I don't know.
Anyone before that would have loved
together.
a call from freaking Weinstein.
Well, now Weinstein's up. He's about to get even more stuff for LA coming through because they just settled all his New York cases.
Yeah.
But now they're gonna have to figure out how to get him to LA.
You think he's not gonna do jail time?
I think he already is doing jail time.
I thought he was like 10 years.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, he is? Okay. Yeah, dude, I don't see him ever coming out of that hole, to be honest, because it's looking bad for him.
Right.
Looking really, dude. One day you have it all, and then the next day, everything vanishes. You gotta be careful. Karma is a bitch, though.
He was sentenced to 23 years in prison.
23 years.
23
He's gonna die in prison for
Oh
sure.
yeah, he will.
He's already fallen apart because he can't live his bougie lifestyle. So.
Right.
Yeah, imagine, you wake up with like maids and shit around you and all the fucking good food around you. Now you're eating fucking bologna and peanut butter. If you get that, that's rough. That's really fucking rough, man. Yeah, shit. Are you going back on stage anytime soon with everything that's going on in your life with the new which show are you doing with
MasterChef?
MasterChef.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going back on stage anytime soon?
Yeah, so I've been going up at the Comedy Store a little bit. They've been running a real safe operation over there for the window shows. I also have just started a new show that is an outdoor show in Los Angeles. We're following all the protocols. Everybody's distanced. Masks required for entry. You got to get your temperature taken. We got tons of sanitizer, whatever you need.
Just come on through.
Right.
Let's
And
go.
we're doing it safe. We're doing it outside. We're doing it right.
I haven't done a COVID show. I'd love to do one. So I'll definitely come
check it out.
Yeah, come check it out for sure. Let me know when you're playing next.
Every 2 weeks. Full details if you look on my website, jlightcomedy.com.
We're going to get the website.
Full
check
details.
it out below.
Early plugs.
There you go. Early plug. Let's go. No, seriously. If you want to check out, we will have it on the description right down below. So I know it's weird. I know times are different. I know it's COVID era. Do you miss the old era versus COVID era, or are you adjusting?
I definitely miss some parts of it.
Wait, what?
I miss this. What I really miss is socializing with people in person.
Okay.
That's the thing I miss the most. Mm-hmm. And I miss doing stand-up a lot.
Okay.
I've started to do more stand-up, obviously, since places are figuring out how to perform live safely.
Yeah.
But it's still a way smaller amount than what I was doing before COVID. Before COVID, I was getting up every night of the week, pretty much, sometimes multiple times a night. Now I'm lucky if I get up 3 times a week, right? And it's crazy to have that adjustment after even all this time of like, who knows when it was going to come back, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to now get into the method of sort of back where I was before. It's like, all right, I got to write new material again, and I got to record all my sets and listen back to them and see when people laughed and didn't laugh and do that work again. That's the part that I definitely am not happy with. But everything else, as far as like having more free time to do stuff and work on my own projects, has been great. I've been able to hang out with my close friends who I've been able to hang out with in person, and we know we're doing things safely. That's been really great. Moving has been great, and getting out of
and you
this
really
place.
do a lot. Like if you go check out his Instagram or YouTube channel, he does a lot. So I check. You do the VR thing with your friends too. By the way, what is that channel called?
VR Your Friends.
VR Your Friends. And
Yeah.
I saw you guys killing zombies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, where was my fucking invite? Nobody called me. Like, no, I have a
We'll
VR.
do a crossover.
There you go. We'll do a crossover.
You have a VR? I didn't know you had
do.
VR.
Well, I don't have the one you guys were using.
What do
You have
guys
the
use?
Oculus.
An
right?
Oculus, okay.
No, you guys have an Oculus, no?
No, we're getting a new one. I think they just announced. I'm not as up to date on the VR stuff as my buddy
I have the
who runs it is.
PlayStation.
You got
one.
the PSVR?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I have the PSVR.
Yeah, we use the Steam VR, the Valve, the Index, I think it's
kind of
called.
depressing what they've done with the VR. We had so many high hopes for it, and then they're like smashed. Like, you can't do multiplayers. Like, I don't know. I think you gotta buy another. I don't know. It's weird.
In some places you can.
Can
I think
you?
that there's some games that really have figured out how to do VR well. Like Rec Room is a lot of fun if you get together with friends who have VR systems, and it's also cross-platform. You know, I have a lot of friends who have. Some friends have PSVR, some friends have HTC, some friends have Oculus, and they can all play together in Rec Room. You know, we can all get together and pretend to kill zombies.
Games,
right? That's the thing.
It's a big problem. I hope they do better with the next one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
think of it. It's like when VR is coming out now. We're basically in the era of VR where Game Boy was, right?
Okay.
And now we're in Nintendo Switch mode. If that's the handheld.
Oh yeah,
they got a lot of time to kill, and technology's only advancing faster and faster.
But I do feel like the whole future is gonna be VR. I feel like you will be sitting at home and you could just purchase like a Lakers ticket, like front row, like you'll be watching it instead of driving all the way to like, you know, the Staples or whatever. You could just do all of that at home.
Yeah,
that would be fucking.
That would
cool.
be great. I think that there's gonna be more chances now and more of an impetus on people to develop that kind of a stuff, especially since it looks like we're going to be moving forward in a society where even a few months to a year from now we're going to be distanced. People aren't going to be out and about as much.
I'm actually excited about that.
I think that the innovation is going to be really good.
You should be able to work from home and not get shit about it. You know what I mean? Like all these people are like, you know, my boss always shit on me for working from home. It's okay, dude. That's the future now. And plus, it's a fucking okay. So before this whole COVID happened, they weren't prepared for it. You know who really worked overtime? It was the IT guys.
Right.
Because once this shit happened, all the bosses started calling, it's like, yeah, we got to set them up at home.
We need webcams. We need microphones. You still can't buy a webcam. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, you can't even buy a fucking Xbox controller. Everything was fucking
crazy.
Gone. And you know, like if they would have planned this, and I know they will in the future, like why would you buy a building, or I'm sorry, lease a building, get an office where you have your meetings from time to time, and let them fucking work from home. You get to save rent money. You get to save, you know, this and that, and you can't with today's technology. You could see what they're doing all day long on their computer. So it's just a waste of energy and money. And you're looking at that guy, and she's staring at. Fuck it, we gotta work. With you want to work with your PJs today? Work with your PJs. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I kick around most of my days wearing gym shorts and an undershirt, and nobody says anything to me about it. Because I don't need it.
Yes, I love my shorts. I love my, just walking around with as much less clothes as possibly.
I can. One thing that I do hope people figure out how to do in VR. I did Burning Man in VR.
Did you?
Well, they started Burning Man's. I guess the people who organize it are starting to do like a Black Rock City event.
Okay.
And I went to my friend's. Who's got the VR, went to Sean's place, and he was like, we got to check out this Burning Man VR thing they're starting this week.
Wait, is it with all the systems, or is it just with one?
I think it's anything that's compatible with Steam.
Okay.
So it should be the Index and the Vive.
That's going to be the ones you use with the computer.
Okay.
For sure.
Right. Yeah. They may have PSVR, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I got you.
But I went and checked it out, and it's so bad because the people who are running it on their end, they're trying to do like this hologram thing, and it's not working right. And everybody who was hanging out in the room together, they were even like, what is this? What are we supposed to be doing? And it also doesn't look anywhere close to the level of detail that I know you can achieve in VR.
Exactly.
It looks like some N64 video gaming in the desert shit. It's bad. It looks like I should be driving a dune buggy that is like Beetle adventure racing.
Yeah, you know what's the best game that I played in VR so far? It was the VR Resident Evil. I don't know which one.
I haven't played that yet, but I would imagine horror games in VR.
Amazing.
Oh, sounds great.
I had to base myself a little bit because I'd be doing it, and then I'm the kind of guy who doesn't give a fuck about the online mode too much. I like the story mode,
right?
And I like to really start story mode and finish it right away. So with that one, I went with that same mentality as like Medal of Honor or all the war games that I play all the time,
right?
And I'd play it for 2 weeks, and then I'll start seeing fucking things, and then I'd be like, okay, it's time for me to back the fuck up because this is not working. So I'll play it for 2 weeks, and then I'll take another 3 weeks off.
There you
and then
go.
go back to it because literally it was playing games on my mind. It's your mind does.
It's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it was
I've heard that game is scary as fuck.
It was. And by the way, the details were great on it. And that's what. So that was right when I got my VR.
Okay.
And I thought that was the direction I was going. I was excited. I was like, shit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, that beginner's luck when you go to Vegas and you won your first nights, but then
Right.
you never went fucking again.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the feeling I had because I never got to fucking see another game like that.
Exactly,
ever
but you keep playing, you hope you're going to hit big.
It's like,
but no,
keeping it.
it's all garbage.
I'm not going to put it on offer up just yet. I think they're going to come up with some more games.
Mm-hmm.
No. They did not. They just fucking did it. Let me ask you, so before you go into a comedy store, do you have a game plan? Like a football player, a soccer player, a tennis player, they have a game plan. Do you have a game plan like, I'm going to try to get a laugh every 2 minutes or this or that? Do comedians have a game plan like that?
Yeah, I would say that every comic probably does their prep a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like I, for instance, carry around a notebook with me everywhere. I've got it right here in my pocket. Okay. And it has, at the very first page, is a list of all of my bits.
Okay.
And there's a section that's like what works. There's a section that's what I'm working on. And then there's a section that I start to fill up as the notebook fills up, which is what's new that I'm trying out.
Got it.
And so I'll try and reference that before I go on stage. Some comics like to write their sets out in advance. I don't really like to do that. I just like to look at that list and pick and choose. Always try and do some new stuff. I really, especially now, I'm really trying to focus on doing new material and getting used to trying out new jokes again.
Yep.
Because I haven't hardly done any material that was new at all, even in the shows that I was doing intermittently throughout all of this. Like I went and did a club down in San Diego in June. It was one of the first shows I'd done the entire time that COVID had gone on. I think I'd done like maybe 1 or 2 Zoom shows beforehand. But it was all old material that I was doing. And sometimes I would even forget that old material on stage because it had been so long since I'd done it. Yeah. Like I did that Four Loko joke that's on the album. Because I was like, this is a classic. This will work. This will hit. And I forgot so many punchlines because it'd just been so long since I'd even looked at that joke or picked it up.
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, I got to do. And so now I'm just like, I got to figure out how to do the new stuff. So now I'm really trying to focus on doing new stuff in every set as much as I can.
What do you do when you forget the punchline? Do you just
I say, whoops, I forgot that punchline. And they laugh at that.
I can only imagine.
That is the nice thing now. I think everybody is so forgiving right now of just knowing that like you're doing new stuff.
Really? You're saying forgiven?
Yeah, well, because they just are like, hey, it's fine. We're all out of the house. That's good enough for us. We're just happy to be here.
All right. Oh, I get it. Like, okay, because the COVID. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so they're
sense.
like, if you forget a punchline or you're not doing well on stage, the bomb doesn't feel as bad. Like I was at the store back in August. I was doing a spot they did, and before they were doing the window shows, they would sometimes do them in the back parking lot just to like figure out where it was best.
Right.
And they did one. There was this guy who I hadn't seen go up in a really long time. Like even before he moved out of LA, he was in New York for a while. I think he just got back to LA. And he went on stage. It was his first time performing in such a long time.
Yeah.
And he was just bombing so bad. And it was kind of the perfect storm where he was like, he's a low energy performer. He's a really good writer, but you have to be like paying attention to his jokes. And outdoors, everything was just kind of flying away. He was missing lines. And it was just, I mean, it was one of those kind of bombs where like you, as a comic, you're like, oh man, I feel so bad for you, but I can't help but laugh at this. But then there were people sitting in the audience who, like, he was talking about how bad it was going on stage, and people are like, fuck COVID. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Because people get it. People are just happy that you're, like,
Right.
trying again, as opposed to some bombs where people are just like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
You're supposed to entertain me. You're throwing this garbage at me? Now everyone's like, no, you tried.
Yeah,
Good
that's
job.
okay.
Good job, sport. Get out there again.
Hey, a show on water would be fun. Where it'd just be like on
a boat.
Those little boats, not a boat. You know how they right now we saw them not too long ago. We went kayaking and a lot of boats were like for Trump or whatever. So they
the parade
all
of Trump boats.
Parade of Trump. It was like down
Balboa.
on Newport or whatever. So that would be fun. I don't know
I
if
guess you could do a show on a boat.
Just like the little boats getting all together. There's that 10 feet social distance shit, and you play in the main one in the back with a nice amount. I'd say that would
probably
work.
be able to. It's kind of like, I mean, I know there were people doing drive-in shows.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer was doing a lot of that.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer's doing shows that are, drive-ins. I know that Pauly Shore is doing shows at ballparks, like minor league ballparks.
Yep.
And that sounds like a great way to actually do a show, because it's just like, oh, there's people who are just kind of like, they're there, they're paying attention. They're going to have a good time because they want to have a good time.
Yep.
I think that the landscape of comedy is going to shift into doing more stuff like that, where people are just like, it's about the experience of going out.
It has changed big time. It has only been getting bigger and bigger, but I feel like, I feel like your critics are so harsh. Like someone would be able to like build, but one bad joke or one bad tweet will be like,
Well, the problem is
crushed.
now we're all in echo chambers, right? So everybody is just yelling at each other, and everyone is getting feisty because they don't have anything else to do, so they're just yelling at each other online, and everybody's echoes and yells are getting louder and louder and louder, and we don't have a chance to just like take a step back and breathe.
Yeah.
And I think that the pressure valve of us being able to breathe again is starting to come back. And that'll be good for comedy, and that'll be good for everybody's mental state too.
Dude, Ellen.
Oh my God. Well, Ellen's a piece of trash though, but Ellen is like,
Okay, so do you? Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask you because you would have a more of an inside, like for me, like, is she really a piece of shit?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know her personally, and Ellen, if you're listening to this podcast, I know you're a big fan. Hire me for your show, and you can yell at me all you want. I'll be cool with it.
I will chew all the what is it? She wanted people to chew gum.
Gum. She had like a big bowl of gum outside her office.
Yeah.
And she always wanted people to chew gum before
Yeah, if you
she
smell
talked to
bad,
them.
she was
She's
sending you
like,
home.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, if you smelled bad, she sends you home.
Yeah, in any
Which
way.
okay, I get that.
Right.
Well, yeah,
I think
get that.
the other thing is I do think there are people who are like difficult to work with, who have earned the sort of, I guess, the right to be difficult to work with.
Right.
But also you have to just sort of like, you have to figure out where your own personal line is. Like, if you don't want to work with somebody because they're making you chew gum every time you talk to them, that's totally on you. Like, that's your prerogative. And if
I
there's-
get free gum. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm in. I will take it.
Yeah.
No free gum.
But if you don't want to do that, then that's fine too. I think that it comes down to like, if Ellen is creating a toxic workplace environment by like allowing behavior to go on when she's supposed to be. I remember I watched her like first monologue after she came back.
Oh god,
and
that
she
was
like,
I was cringing so much.
I was so cringe because that's the thing. It's like Ellen. At the very least, what she should do is lean into it and just stop being like
She
the
tried to
nice
make
daytime talk show lady.
Tried to make it funny,
Yeah.
but that wasn't the right move.
No, I think Ellen should go full Jerry Springer.
I think so.
And
That's
Ellen
actually
should
a good
start
move.
acting like, antagonizing people and being mean. I would love to see that.
I personally think her career is over. I think she's made so much money. She doesn't need to fucking do another season.
Yeah.
I think she's good with the money. She's got a hot wife out of it. Got a ton of buku money.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's it. Say goodbye and get out of here. Save a little bit of face that you've got left and go enjoy retirement.
But but that's the other thing is she's got enough money now where she doesn't give a fuck. So she's also not giving a fuck and not listening to all the people who are like, "Hey, maybe you should step down."
Yeah, but
maybe. So she's just sitting back and being like, I'm good.
But
I'm
why
fine."
keep doing it when you know you're gonna lose a ton of sponsors? You've already have. I feel like you're gonna lose a lot of fans. So why get out like that? You know what I mean? Like a great player, they always say like get on top. You know what I mean? Like it's like Michael Jordan coming back and playing for the fucking Wizards.
Right.
He didn't need to do that. He just wanted to do that.
He had to pay off gambling debts. Clearly,
I don't think
they were worried about killing his stepdad or something, and that's why he decided to play for the Wizards again.
I don't know if was the reason because he already had Air Jordan going for him.
Right.
So
yeah.
I think he was already, close to a billionaire. But I think he played for the Wizards so that he can get up. He was promised parts of the Wizards.
Is Ellen continuing to do TV?
Yeah,
Ellen playing for the Wizards?
Yeah, that's what she's doing right now.
Okay.
I feel like there's I can't get my head around it. You can't be doing it for the money.
Who knows what
doing
she's
it for the
doing it
money.
for.
What are you doing it for? I don't know.
I got no idea.
You fucking write a nice sweet
It's
thing.
for the ego boost.
Okay,
She's
that I get.
a little narcissistic,
That I
so
get.
it's like supply for her.
Yeah.
What? Somebody who's got their own name on a talk show for almost 20 years is a little narcissistic? Get out of town. That blows my mind.
Hey, a couple buddies of mine know Jimmy Kimmel, and he's one of the nicest dudes, and he's got the name in the bill, and he's one of the nicest dudes around.
Right, but Jimmy also feels like the kind of guy who knows at some point soon he's gonna tap out and fold him. I mean,
yeah.
they already they only signed his contract to be good for another couple years, I think, right?
Yeah,
They just did the renegotiation.
Yep.
It's like Letterman. Letterman's one of the all-time great hosts.
Yeah, he was in a lot of hot water too, but
Right.
he got out of it because he cheated on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's his problem.
Well, he
You know what I
also owned up to what he did.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, he was getting. I think I don't know. Like it was bigger than that. I think they were trying to make money out of him. I think they called them. They're like, we got this on you, we got that on you. So they were trying to like make some dollar bills out of him.
He
But
Bella Thorned it.
He was like,
I'm gonna drop my own nudes.
fuck that.
Right?
He's
You
like-
want to see my wrinkly 60-year-old man dick? Guess what? David Letterman's dropping his nudes.
Yep. Oh yeah. Like one day I opened the fucking I don't know, Google or whatever, and I see like Hulk Hogan got fucking like
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Grindr.
You know that-
Oh, Gawker. That Gawker
yeah,
lawsuit?
yeah. They fucking
Hulk Hogan on Grinder too? Oh man,
It was
new
Gawker.
stories.
It was Gawker. It was Gawker.
I got more material for your jokes. Go look it up.
Yeah, I remember when that story came out when he was on Gawker and it was like the
screwed
sex tape.
somebody's wife.
Yeah,
in front
Bubba
of
the
them.
Love Sponge.
Yeah, there you go.
Not the fun stuff.
It's another
Not the
day.
fun stuff. Are you? Were you in any movies in the past? Because that's something I couldn't find about you.
Movies.
Yeah, did you do any
I have
movies?
not been in any movies.
Is
no.
that the goal?
to
Are
be
you
in movies?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, really?
Nah, I would much rather. My ultimate goal now is to make a living off of performing comedy.
It's just comedy.
Yeah, I've been fortunate in the past 8 years that I've been out here in LA.
Yeah.
I've gone from working the door at comedy clubs and doing other shit jobs in between to making money as a performer and a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And the next goal is to eventually just make a living off of just performance.
Okay.
Who knows when that'll be? And if it doesn't happen anytime soon, then I'm happy to be making a living right now off of writing and performing comedy.
Right.
That's been cool enough for me. Like if
Yeah.
you had told 18 or 17-year-old me that like I would have a stand-up album out and that I would have been on television as a performer and written for television, I wouldn't have known what to say because I would have been too busy, trying to make sure that my mom didn't hear the Girls Gone Wild commercials in the background while I'm watching Insomniac with David Tell at 1 a.m. on a school night.
Nice.
But I that's the life that I get to live now,
Right.
and I'm very happy with that. So whatever comes next, I feel good about my chances.
So you feel like you've already won. You've already gotten to where you wanted to, in
Yeah.
a sense. You're in the right direction. Whatever else happens, you're fine.
Yeah,
You're
it's all just house money that I'm playing with at this
Okay,
point.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I don't think he'll say no to like a couple $1 million to like a nice role in the movie. You got the
Oh,
face
for
for
sure. I
it,
would
dude.
totally
You
take
got the face. But is there a role that you're like, no, there's not enough money to play that?
I don't want to play Crystalia. I would be very happy. The less people think I look like a pedophile, the better.
I was gonna say, would you play like a pedophile in a movie or like
For
any-
$10 million.
Which, there we go. There is a price, ladies
There
and
is a
gentlemen.
price.
There is a price. $10 million. Wait, I don't know. Is Chris D'Elia actually getting sued for sure?
No, he was talking supposedly to some girls online.
No, I heard about that, but is he getting
Yeah.
sued?
I don't know.
Something's
that
probably
bad.
going on. I don't know.
Not that bad, It's a couple millions will. He just texted a couple underage girl. That's all. Alrighty. Go ahead, take whatever time you need. Say hello to your fans. Say hello to your mom. Plug whatever it is that you want to plug, my friend. Take your time.
Hi, fans, new and old. I am happy to be here. Thank you again for having me, Yossi.
Pleasure. My pleasure, my friend. Of course.
Follow me at Diet J on Twitter and Instagram. And if you live in the LA area, check out my website for live show dates. We're doing them safe, social distance, jlightcomedy.com. And that's where you can find all my other stuff. My album, Good Guy with a Gun, my podcast, Blockbusting, whatever other fun stuff I do. It's all there.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of plugs right down below. And if you haven't, please subscribe to Trendy Husky Podcast. We're on Instagram. We're on iTunes. We're on Facebook. We're all over the place. Let's do it. All over the place. My friend, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks
I'm gonna
for
come
having
and
me.
seeing you soon at the comedy store. Dude, good luck. You got plenty of stuff you still gotta do.
Yeah.
You're on a great road right now, and I feel like there is a lot more coming. Best of luck with everything. And you do have a podcast as well, right?
Right. Blockbusting, the podcast where we love to hate the
There
movies.
you go. Yes. And they do really good critics on movies. We should do one together soon.
Sure.
Just give me a heads up and let's watch the movie and let's see what's up. Alrighty. This one's a wrap. Have a blessed one. Thank you. Bye-bye.